Hello? Can people hear us?
I'm. Oh, now it works. All right.
Anyway,
Overdose
so yeah, if they
added
have these,
permitted term pussy.
Yes.
if the thing is like if they had these sent one
Because
person to pick up one cap, they would have gotten their money back. But since they didn't, they just literally just gave over like 6 mil for no reason. So
it's stupid.
that's your tax money, June. That's your tax money. Going to
Hmm.
good use. Going to good use.
Well, don't they have a bunch of renters? Like half their coalition is actually renters.
I heard like 100 mil per week from like 10 guilds.
No, I think it's more like 10 mil a
Like
week.
10 mil per guild or something.
I don't think it's
Per
going to
week.
be that much, but yeah, there are definitely people that actually pay to be in June, which is insane. Like, why would you pay to then go be a slave? It's very the strange concept because renter guilds don't actually get territories; they don't actually get any benefit. I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, I mean, people found out there was going to be Cargera plus Sora together and just didn't want to fight it. They just panicked. And yeah, there was.
You think they would have known that though?
I know it was pretty obvious. It was pretty well spread out. Everyone, there was a Reddit post about it. So it is what it is.
Speaking of Reddit, fucking Reddit's been on fire.
Oh
It
yeah.
has been good. It has been good.
Was glorious to watch the past week. Holy shit.
What's
We normally do the Reddit shit at the end of the show, but fuck it, let's do it. It's so juicy this week. Let's fucking do it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Like we had a whole bunch of drama. Like mostly surrounding Blue Army, or how they're being called sometimes now, Dev Army.
Dev Army. When you have three devs inside, well, I mean, can we really call Chosen a dev though? Because I doubt he has the mental
I'm not gonna.
capacity to
No.
actually-
Hold on.
Employee.
I'm not gonna shit on
Yeah,
Chosen.
let's call.
No,
It's not shit on
not.
Chosen.
It's not about Chosen.
Let's call them employees. So you know, SBI Army. How about that? Better.
SB Army.
So would you say it's actually DVP versus PvP? So dev versus player versus player versus player? Is that what you guys are facing? DVP?
It's just an interesting concept, right? Because no other game that I've ever played has gotten away with having like actual employees playing inside guilds, right? Because even if it's not like you're not trying to give your guild an unfair advantage, it slips up. You slip up. You comment about like a change, or you comment about something that happened. You're gonna have that bias. It's just how the game works. You know, you're gonna be biased. So that's why like most games like RuneScape, like EVE Online, most of these MMOs have rules against it or have systems.
I think even in World of Warcraft, where it's mostly low stakes PvE in guilds, even those have a rule to have to not let devs play in guilds. They are in deep contact with the high end progress rating guilds and stuff too, for balance issues and everything, but they don't play inside the guilds. So.
And I'm not trying to point the finger. I'm not going to point the finger at Mojo specifically or at a certain thing specifically. But I'm pretty sure everyone saw that picture on Reddit with Mojo speaking about the damnation stuff with Retro. And I'm all for the ban on the nerf on, and I'm all for the ban on the nerf on damnation. It was obviously broken.
Speaking of bans, I mean, last week he confirmed on the show that he got somebody banned, like by mass reporting and talking to devs and shit. So I mean, that is quite telling in some regard, at least.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when he confirmed that, to be honest.
Yeah, like we pretty much thought like these logs, like yeah, it's fake. Like somebody wants to paint him in a bad light, has to be fake, and then he just goes on comes on comms, it's like, yeah, it's true, and we are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's an awkward situation. Especially coming from Mojo, who's someone that has actually been perm banned twice, that I know at least. Just like the instant response.
He's pretty good at shot calling for being perm banned twice.
Okay. So to play devil's advocate, like for people that don't know or aren't familiar with what happened, you can't just say somebody was perm banned. So what happened? Kind of give everybody kind of the rundown.
Yeah.
You can't say shit like that.
Mojo was the second most reported player during the betas. Like the entirety of the betas, he was the second most reported player. I'm talking like full toxicity, right? Think of the most toxic person you know, and give him like an Italian accent. That was Mojo. It's true. It's true.
I imagine like some bad like absolutely terrible Italian guy expression, and then just like pretty much 4chan posting on that.
It got to a point where Mojo said some stupid shit in game once again, and people just had enough. They banned him. They banned him for the entirety of like a beta or something. And he eventually SBI did unban him. Fair, they did it. They gave him permission to buy a new account and play the game again. But it just goes to show you, like, the amount of influence that these people are allowed to have, simply because they have SBI employees inside their guild, is something ridiculous. It is something that needs to be fixed.
Well, it was a lesson that CCP learned really the hard way. I think Overdose, you want to kind of talk about the T20 type stuff, kind of fill people in.
Oh,
because this slapped CCP upside the fucking face, big time.
Yeah, but I have to lay a bit of groundwork first, because it's much more significant. It had probably a much more significant impact in a war in that moment. Because in EVE you can only craft with blueprints, and you can pretty much need the materials and then a blueprint to make the product. So for example, you would need an 8.2 blueprint to craft an 8.2 item. Those blueprints were very hard to acquire. They got acquired by a so-called lottery system. Like, people would just roll the dice and get a random blueprint. They had to farm up specific NPC factions and shit. It was a complicated system, and it was very grindy, even grindier than anything Albion has. Like, I'd say it was and also there are many ships. Like, there are many ships, so you would not need a single blueprint, but the proper one, like the right one. You would need a blueprint for a A3 Stalker jacket, for a A3 Hunter jacket, etc., etc. For each special thing, you would need the right blueprint. And there was like a faction in the game called Band of Brothers. That was it was also a guild, just like Blue Army. Band of Brothers stemmed from the beta of EVE Online, and I think even the alpha, if there was one. Like, they were like the earliest players that you could think of. And their plan was pretty much to control the whole fucking game. And they went and they had a dev in their ranks called T20. And during the war against Bob, it came to light that he spawned blueprints for them. It would pretty much be the only equivalent I can think of is that he pretty much spawned tier 8 8.3 Judicator armor masterpieces. Like, he spawned tier 2 ship blueprints and materials and fully built ships and everything for them to keep the war effort going. That's the T20 incident. And it came out, and like a whole fucking shitstorm broke loose. Pretty much the whole game at that point turned on them. But yeah, and that was the point where CCP learned that devs in guilds is a terrible idea.
Speaking of shitstorm,
I think there was also the birthing hour of the CSM, like pretty much the equivalent to the round table, but it's voted by the players.
Speaking of something completely like, I'm sorry to like move away from spreadsheets at EVE Online. My Brazilian brain's too small to actually compute things like that. But
can you be racist against yourself?
that's not racism. That's just me saying I'm dumb. Anyway, so this speaking of Reddit, there's these logs of I don't think we should show them on stream because there's some. The first word is racist. Fuck me. The very first word. I was about to read this out loud, but the first word is literally something racist.
Isn't the worst word the N word?
Yeah, Voltel. Open
I think
this on.
He jumped off real quick, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Yeah, it's fine. Fair enough. So I'll wait for him to get back to go to that then. But yeah, Reddit. So yeah, I mean, it just it's obvious that having people that have influence on the game on a company level is bad for the game. It makes no sense, right? And just the fact that
Oh
Chosen had
shit!
just the fact that Chosen actually had like Robin or someone on his show on the Albion TV, it doesn't justify anything. Obviously, they're going to be there, be like, yeah, it needed a nerf. No, I think everyone agrees that Damnation was a ridiculously overpowered spell and need to be nerfed. But the way that they did it, and the way that like the second that Blue Army was the one complaining about it, it gets changed.
It was really weird. Like they could have countered it easily. Like, I mean, there are a million ways to counter the big AOE claps, quote unquote. I think that if a spell has the addition of like cannot be reflected if it can't be reflected, and the Damnation doesn't have that, and it's also like it pretty much charges up and then goes boom. And in that charge time, you just have to have one guy with the demon armor press the button, and like you take a bit of damage. Maybe the demon guy dies in the worst case.
I don't think. See, as someone has actually like been victim of the spell and has actually used the spell, it's not realistic how it works. Because you might kill the first person in the Damnation crew, but the 7th, 8th staff is going to kill your demon armor. It's going to kill your Zerg. So it was definitely at a point that it needed to be changed. I don't know one that has actually seen the spell being used in open world would agree that it does not need change. It needs to be changed, 100%. But my problem is that it's been the exact same spell for the last few months, and no one cared about it. The second that it actually had a massive effect on the fight and actually killed Blue Army kids, it broke. It's broken. It needs to be changed. Stop it. And then a dev actually does it. That's the problem. Not the problem that it changed, because it need to be changed. It need to be nerfed. Like everyone agrees.
It's not about the change. It's how it got changed.
Exactly. It's the events that led up to it being changed are ridiculous. That's not the way the game should work. That's not healthy for the community. That's just not good, boys. You can't tell me that the second that let's say something else is broken. If Mojo gets like AOE, all Blue Army call it AOE, like a wailing, you're gonna nerf wailing bows as well. Even though Blue Army's wailing squad is known to be like one of the best ones. The second you're victim to it, it gets like broken. Like, come on, that's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's the overall problem with the game right now. There should be a system to prevent the unfair advantage of having SBI employees in your guild. That's obvious.
I think the roundtable should be a viable way of, in terms of point of contact to SBI for like the big guys, like all important players. In the black zone should have a guy, or at least should vote. Like I'm still I'm from Eve. I'm used to being able to vote for my representatives.
I'm gonna show you a way.
It's a nice system, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as information that is relevant to the game gets to them.
This is what you do. You want to make the game fair. You want to make the roundtable fair. You make the roundtable so it's 100% public to everyone. Every single player with an active subscription can read the roundtable, but only select people can actually post. It's full transparency. It's dude, checks and balances are a good thing, right? It's a good thing. People tend to act differently when they think no one's watching. That's just how it works. That's how human nature works. You make the roundtable public so that everyone with an active forum account can read it. Only people selected can post. I guarantee you that the changes in the way things are done on Albion will be so much different. And it'll be such a better experience for the actual player.
Yeah, it would be, because players could pretty much see the progress. But I think they try that in the beta, and it was terrible.
No, they didn't. It was worse in the beta. It was worse in the beta because it was just a click. Roundtable was literally fucking just yes men. Yeah, it's a form. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just yes men. The roundtable back in during the beta.
Oh, okay.
It was select group of quote unquote friends and quote unquote influential players. It's ridiculous. And the way it is right now, it's even more broken. Because the way it is right now, like if your guild finished at least silver, your GM gets a roundtable spot. And if you're like top DPS for a month in whatever weapon you use, you get a roundtable spot. So it's very broken system.
Well, looks like I'm gonna take out the good old bow good old vanilla bow for a ride and a bunch of hardcore expeditions.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So it's just things that, like, if you have transparency, right, no one loses, unless you're doing something that you don't want people to see. And if that's the case, then very sketchy.
Yeah, it is.
Very sketchy. It just tends to get worse and worse, though. Like, the more you think about it.
Yeah,
And that's another main problem with having people that work.
The bad thing is the intentions behind it are all nice and well.
Are they though? Are they?
I would give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, honestly, I would give them the benefit of the doubt that they want to have a point of contact with the players to improve the game. Maybe from a perspective they can't see as devs because they're not in the game as much. Well, they are kind of in the game, like we've seen in the past few days.
What do you mean? I wish they were.
They probably just try to get a bunch of different opinions. Like, that's what the benefit I want to give them. But the execution is just terrible. Honestly.
Okay, let's look at other games, right? Let's take example of games that actually worked. RuneScape it's been a game for like 20 years now, 19 years now, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
They do updates based on a player vote.
That is honestly amazing. I did not know that.
About it. It's insane if you think about it. But the only updates are actually implemented to the game are player voted. So,
but it pretty much pushes like we had a problem in Eve with CCP, like with the CSM being pretty much only nullsec people, and therefore CCP catering to nullsec people a lot for like 4 or 5 years until they realized, well, the highsecers don't have a representative. The whatever wormholes barely have a representative.
I don't know what these big words mean. But
like the blue zone players don't have a representative because only the big black zone people are on the pedestal.
A general vote, then it doesn't matter what zone you play in. It doesn't matter how your game plays. It doesn't matter what you do in game, because everyone does something different, right? Everyone does different stuff in game. Me, for once, I go to Carolina and I dance naked asking for money. I'm sure that's not what everyone does, but everyone has like a different aspect of what they do in the game.
Yeah.
But just the fact that every single person has a vote and every single person actually matters. Because Albion, they have the propaganda like, oh yeah, everybody matters. Bro, the dude.
Well, finally they're changing the system to actually represent that, like with the CVZ stuff.
Thank God, right? It needed to be changed, obviously. But right now, the way it works is the man that's mining tier 3 cotton in like Bangladesh doesn't really matter as much as he should, even though he's a paying customer.
Wouldn't he rather craft cloth in Bangladesh?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, anyways, I feel bad now for my joke. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I'm German. I have to feel bad about anything, even remotely racially charged.
I mean, Keeper of Nature doesn't. All right, so let's continue though. But
but the thing is, I think it's still not the case that everybody matters, but more people matter within your system, a lot more. Like, instead of 5, 10, 15, 20 per guild, it will maybe be 100 per guild, 150 per guild, maybe. Just like all the active ZVZ players, even if you only have 20 per group in future, pretty much effectively, because after that it falls off like 25 is the build.
We have a Blue Army, one of the Blue Army's bomb squad leaders in general chat that would like to give his opinion, his 2 cents. Since we're not biased, unlike other Albion-based people, so let's give him a try. I know him; he's a good dude. Mini.
Okay. Let's pull in Kamini then.
Slither him into the channel.
Hey Kamini, you're live.
Hello.
Before you say anything, please keep it PG-13 and conform with the Twitch.
Yeah, I know.
No racist CTAs.
I know.
CTAs.
I never do this.
We say that.
I don't do this.
We say this to everybody, so it's just like a standard welcoming and welcome.
Thank you. I wanted to say one thing, to be honest. I don't think that anybody has death actually in a guild. Like, yes, you can argument that Shozen is maybe in BA, Lupak is in Sun, but those guys are actually not devs. Like they are not participating in creating and doing like
Yeah,
They
drastic
are
issues to
Albion
the game.
employees. They are
yeah,
Albion
we
employees.
But
already
it's not
we already
devs.
tried to differentiate between that
It's
between
not devs,
devs and
like-
employees. Yes.
Plus, you can also
Can we agree that they are Albion employees, and if they look for it and if they try, they do get information about the game before normal players? Yes or no?
they do, but it's not the thing that like in this position we are like arguing about a damnation, like let's say bullshit. It's also bullshit. They're like arguing that like BA cried to Retroman. No, I feel like they just gave info that if Oops would give this info before or anybody else, I think it would get nerfed much faster. Just
the
the,
problem is,
the fact that they put it there.
Full Army has been using the bomb. You've been using. You've
I know,
personally,
I've been using that, and I
For
was saying
months.
nerf,
For months.
it's nerf. As I was
but it
saying,
never got nerfed. But it never got nerfed. The second that King Mojo highlights Retroman, the change and the weapon is completely dead. Because it's completely dead now. It will be the next.
It will
next
be. It will be.
week.
Yeah, like,
It's not even a nerf at this point. It's
I
a
mean,
full-on
it's just
rework
like
paper.
it will be on the long list of ZVZ weapons that you want one in your group and nothing else. Just like halberds, and
Wait. Let's take a step back.
It's not
What do you
about
mean
halberds.
halberd?
Like halberd is dead. Halberd is basically unplayable. Like any reflectable melee weapon. Galatine is like exception, but halberd I feel like it's almost unplayable because Demon Armor just fully reflects it. Like I played like halberd a lot like before the Demon Armor like changes came in. Now it's basically unplayable because you just clap yourself to death. I know you can argue that with Galatines is the same, but it's not really the same. There's ways with Galatines how you can avoid Demon Armors. Same as with Damnations.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like that.
But
that
yeah,
takes-
for
that- that-
example,
that's
like
the skill attack you do.
halberds and the future post nerf demon damnation stuff, both pretty much are non-stacking dots. Like it's even worse for all axes. Like whenever I put up a Fame Farm group, one of my sentences is anybody playing axe, and then there are two people's playing axes because they still have not realized that axes are shit and frost staff is better for solo dungeons. And I have to tell either of you, please don't play an axe. And it's like, I can only use tier 3 daggers. Then use tier 3 daggers because one axe and a tier 3 dagger is more damage than two axes.
I don't feel like you use the axes for the bleed. I think you actually use it for the burst damage on the E and on the buff usually on W.
Okay.
So, like the key, it's not the biggest damage out of it all. Like yeah, it's good nerf, debuff, but it's not the main reason why I play the action.
Yeah, true. But like the fact that the axe pretty much throws off its buff, like the dot when like you have three stacks and then another guy with an axe does his swing and they all reset to a single stack from his, and your debuff is gone is like super annoying.
Hey guys, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
My DMs have been blowing up.
Yeah, we just got explosions.
Yeah, well, let's take a second to read this post by Soul on Reddit. I think it's actually interesting. We have it on the main screen.
Yeah, it's on the main screen.
Yeah, so
yeah, I saw that. It was
obviously-
my oh shit like 10 minutes ago when I saw it.
Sorab is obviously a very active GVG player. Most people know him. He had a very interesting point here about the way that balancing is done. Pretty much like the way that the person responsible for balancing is
I just read through logs and I love how like the further it goes down, the more text is censored from Mojo.
The fact that he's calling out Fuzz for his actual playtime, it's true.
Yeah.
Nothing. We have an NDA, we have testing, but nothing's actually tested. And when it is, when people say it's broken, it still gets passed.
Yeah.
So like the way that balancing is done on Albion is questionable at best. It's ridiculous.
Like
we have someone that's in charge of balancing that, number one, doesn't play the game. Number two, has no idea what weapons will actually be used for. So that's when we get like broken retard stuff. Like,
well, did you
Somebody
guys,
say arcade.
hold on? Did you guys watch the interview with the dev? Like the first 10 minutes of the interview, they were like trying to sell people on the idea that they don't balance it for one player or player group or another. Like they spent like 10 minutes on that.
It's true. Like there is a problem of that you need to balance the game for ZVZ and GVG options, and like you have one weapon that is can be used in both, but it's totally different impact. So like let's say weapon that does some crazy burst damage in GVG is absolutely useless in ZVZ. On the other hand, it can be absolutely broken. That's just how it works. Like you need to you need to balance between two different styles of play, let's say.
I think, for example, like the bow line is probably the best example for that. Like you have a baton and a longbow, which are just like hands down amazing in ZVZs.
Well, you're no.
I was gonna say
Stop.
wailing
Stop
only.
speaking. Never
Wailing
speak.
only.
Never
But the
speak on
like
bows.
whaling bow is probably one of the best weapons in ZVZ at all. And then you have like really good PVE and weapons, which are again baton, longbow, but also there the normal bow. And for example, for Hellgates, Arena, and like the 5v5 content, like the normal bow and the whispering bow are also really nice, or at least used to be, because I'm a bit out of the loop on the meta.
Did you just say baton bows are awesome in ZVZ, dude?
Have you ever tried to cast under that fucking lightning? Because, well,
Yeah.
you can't. It's just like a
Press
silence at that point if you
Press.
try to cast anything that has a cast time.
No, whaling bows are where it's at, dude.
Yeah, whaling bows are just hands down good.
Damage wise, Baden Bow is more damage than wailing, but how the spell works is making it impossible to play in ZVZ basically. Because it gets stuck on first person, it's high damage in the area, but you don't know where the area is gonna end up, you know.
Yeah.
It's too subjective
I saw
to
it.
RNG.
I just saw it used so often. So
It's too subjective to RNG. With the whaling, you get 5 or 6 guys being beamed with the whaling, and everything that gets hit is gonna fucking die horribly.
I think when people talk about ZVZ, people have different concept of what ZVZ is. I mean, for me, it's like, massive fucking zone cap battles where we're just beating each other heads in. But for a lot of people, their ZVZ experience is like small numbers, 10 versus 10, 20 versus 20, in dungeon fights. It's very different. And in that situation, yes, a baton bow wouldn't that be horrible. It would be, a decent weapon. For the massive Zerg fights, it's just not realistic. Because you need that burst damage to counter the ZVZ sickness.
with the 20 versus 20 meta that will come up, wouldn't like whaling bow be a bit weaker than it is right now, and baton be a bit stronger than it is right now?
What is
It's
that 20 versus 20? What is that 20 versus 20 meta you speak of? 'Cause
It's like we'll get like power reduction after 25 people.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
think
true.
that's gonna
after
stop
25
anyone.
people will
You
do
think
less
that's gonna stop
damage.
anyone. You think it's going to stop anyone from breaking
Fuck
200?
no.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Bring your 20
I
people.
hope
Let me
for it.
show up my Zerg. Let's see who wins, bro. Yeah, I'll give me all that sickness. Give me all that sickness.
Yeah,
I just-
let's go. Let's go our 20-man newbie Zerg versus Oops 200-man Zerg. I bet you we know who's gonna win that one. Newbies forever.
Or you
Well,
bring
I
the
just,
wave
I
on
just,
me.
I just get my three. I just get 3 guys who can wear tier 5 swords with 5.2 Galatines, and then I
Get
watch them die.
Yeah, instantly reflected. Yes,
Yeah.
very true. So much wisdom.
But
Like,
does the reflect actually make you not take the damage?
You still
I
take the
thought
damage.
it would.
It's reduced.
You would still take the damage, right?
It's just reduced.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Like Galaxy, like Demon Arm.
Demon Armor, that's tricky. Like how the reflect works is very tricky. It's not like, first of all, the reflect is not affected by resistances, so damage you deal you instantly take no matter what you play. Resist Bow doesn't work against reflect, which is kind of like, okay, we have it there, like doesn't. The damage is not physical and not even magical; it's true damage. So like, it's just super weird. It's super weird.
That's another broken concept of Albion, is the difference between magical damage and physical damage. Oh, sweet Jesus. There's so many things that are just completely fucking broken. And it just goes back to Sorob's post about Fuzz. Like, the way that balancing is done on Albion, it's literally one man that doesn't play the game taking insight from people that are going to be very biased to the way they play.
Well, I think Sorab's post is actually more about his post being fucking shadow moderated, actually.
Oh, no.
About Sorab was like offered to go to NDAs by Fuzz, but he didn't came a single time. He never came, and he got offered to go there and test stuff.
I've been in multiple NDAs.
So was I.
I've been in multiple tests. I've been in NDAs. And we both know that we test things, we give our feedback, and our feedback is ignored 90% of the time. That's just how it is. Because it's too much work for them to change something. They'd rather just release the way it is, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, our bad boys, we didn't know." Yes, you did. And we've seen this time and time again of just broken spells being allowed to be in the game. It's ridiculous at this point. It's true. It's just completely exactly. Most have just said the sword parry skill. Come on. It came out in a way. It was broken in NDA. It was fine in NDA. The second they released it, it was broken. It was completely dumb. Like if you're gonna test something and we give you the feedback, at least follow the feedback we're giving you. Otherwise, what's the point of testing it, right? It doesn't make any sense. That's the problem with like having these people that used to be players and putting them in like dev positions. Granted, they do have like some interest in the game. They do, want to see the game progress, I hope. But it just doesn't work at this point.
I think the question though is if the temptation's too great to help their buddies gain an advantage, over the health of the
Obviously,
game.
You can't convince me for half a second that Chosen won't hesitate for like 1 second before fucking just helping Thor. He won't hesitate. Have you seen this man on stream? The man it's a man that literally doxed Sam Hexo from from a different guild, from Oops. Doxed him on live Albion TV. Then he goes around and is like, "Oh yeah, Fred's banned. Oh what? He's some take care. Yeah, he deserves that. Come on, bro."
Well,
I think that was. I think that to be fair to Chosen, I think that was more of just a bad joke, to be honest. I mean, I hope.
Chosen made a bad joke, dude. No way.
I'm not sure if I would call him a hypocrite because he has been he's been trying a lot and to pretty much get the Albion community less toxic and everything. So I doubt that he would do it on purpose.
You just said he's trying to make the Albion community less toxic by he himself being toxic. I don't understand the logic.
What did he say?
Shows him doc Sam Hexo live on Albion TV.
Like what? Like did he show the page where he showed his earnings on Wikipedia or whatever?
That too, yeah. But then he just started opening the man's fucking pictures and shit. Ooh, look
let's
at
just stay away from that,
sad,
guys.
dude.
Let's just stay away from that.
I don't think that's that bad.
Let me show Tazik's stream. Fuck it. Let me just show your face giant on screen, Tazik.
You gotta be honest, like that both like Lupek and Schuster are both like
100%.
biased. Only guy that's not biased is I would say Taziki. That's only guy that's not biased on the stream.
True.
Because
Except for phrasing.
He's making fun of things, and the way how he like say is like I don't give a fuck what you like think. I'm saying what I think, and I'm having fun with it. But the like Schuster and Lupek are just like. But like my side is better, and your side suck. But like Lupek was talking about Cryo and stuff like that.
No, I think he shits on everybody equally. I think is what you're trying to say.
I don't like both. I don't like Chosen and Lupek to be honest, both. To be honest.
The day that Lupek said, "Oh look, it's crying riding, it's a rat riding on a lizard."
Yeah,
something along those lines. That was a very respectable gaming moment.
It's the same thing as when they talk, like when Chosen's doing the same stuff to the other side.
By the way, we forgot to introduce the people that are here.
Yeah, why don't there's some people messaging me not knowing who any of you guys are. Can you guys
Kamini,
introduce yourself?
Just go ahead. For everybody who doesn't know you, tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm playing games since beta. I am at the moment member of BA. I was for a while member of Fleet. But after Fleet is banned, I joined BA, and now I'm BA. I'm CVZer. Most times CVZer. I was GVGing, not that actively, but I was CVZer, and I think that's. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, I'm Durateen. I'm Brazilian. I do breakfast posts.
Oh, I want breakfast posts.
Very respectful. Moving along, let's see this other post because this is the scrolling through Reddit.
I got it linked and was like, what the fuck is that?
These logs of like, I love the part that we blacked out. We blacked out the person's name and not the picture. That's the best part about this post. Can you bring that up? Can you bring that up for us on stream?
Hashtag bad censorship. Holy shit, yeah.
Voltel. Come on, scroll through. Come on, you can do it, buddy.
Not through Reddit, through the post.
Look at that choo-choo train. Look at that choo-choo train. This is true. This is the best part about being Oops, boys. In Oops, we try to promote a healthy lifestyle for our members. So we have daily breakfast posts and daily ping to remind you to drink water. So, fair warning before we go through this post, there is a little bit of racism. Not by us, but some people just can't control themselves when they speak.
Yo, whoever posted these pictures is an idiot. Why did he black out the name and not the picture?
I know, right? It's like I wonder who that is. I wonder who it is.
Who did it?
Who it is?
I wonder
Whoever
who
it is a retard.
I wonder who posted.
It looks like somebody from Arch, actually.
That's fun.
It's probably
All right,
Christian, that's
all
what he
right. No hate
Sure.
on Arch. Like, this is a Christian stream, something. We had complaints that
No,
we're hating
Jesus
too much on
Christ.
said. Wait, Christian stream.
Praise be the Arch.
So
Are you comparing gluttony to Jesus Christ? Is that what you're doing?
Wait, I
I'll
haven't
just
seen
wait
this yet.
for him to accept Allah as his one and true savior. I mean, what?
I'm just looking through this for the first time now. Did Mojo or Chris leak this? Because if neither of them leaked it, this is fake. Like you just
supposedly,
changed
It looks fake, right?
do this
It looks fake
easily.
as fuck. It looks fake as fuck.
Yeah, like you can
I
just
think
fake
it's
this
fake.
so easily.
I think it's fake, but
yes,
supposedly it comes from
it
Chris.
it does look kind of fake, but to play devil's advocate, that is the exact way that Mojo speaks. Like Mojo has never pressed the shift key to capitalize a word ever. Ever. It's true. No, it's true.
It's all caps lock or nothing.
Mojo doesn't know what capital letters are, so this is exactly the way he types. But would Chris really betray Mojo like he betrayed Derek? That is the
I
question.
mean, if
Once a
Chris
snake,
says he
always a
leaked
snake.
it, then I might believe it. Like if because dude, it's DMs, right? Obviously, one of them has to fucking leak it, otherwise it's fake.
Well, here's the
so-
here's the interesting thing is you have leaks inside of leaks, right? So you have like these logs with King Mojo and somebody who's blanked out.
Yeah,
But I mean,
who could it be?
I could obviously believe that Mojo is linking pictures of his other conversation. It sucks, right? But it does look fake as fuck unless I hear Chris say like, "Yeah, that's true. I leaked it." But yeah.
I mean, Chris denied e-dating.
Honestly, if like they make like it would hurt the partnership between Chris and Mojo. So even if he leaked them, like there's no way that he'll
Mhm.
admit to it. Honestly,
Yeah.
like just,
Yeah, but
like, just
obviously
from, just
Mojo
from a-
won't know it.
like I mean, honestly, also if I was in Chris' position, I would have also blacked my own name out because I'm not retarded.
Yeah, but let's go into what it actually says here. Let's actually discuss the post itself. I mean, granted, we don't know if this is true or not. I think it's fake, but teach his own.
Yeah, I think it's at least fake the stuff between King Mojo and this random other person who we don't know who it is.
I mean, I could definitely believe Mojo leaking like screenshots of him with like Elsa speaking. I could definitely see that.
I could believe that easily.
Yeah, because Mojo is, he's a very greasy weasel. Very greasy.
No, I mean when you're just messaging somebody and you're like, "Let me show you what I'm talking about with this other guy." You just link pictures, right? Like that happens all.
Yeah, it happened all the time. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
like I could believe this is a real conversation, but it looks fake as fuck.
No, I
Unless-
see what sold me on it, bro, is at the end when he says N-word please, and we blacked out the N-word part. Come on. That's something Mojo would say.
Yeah, but
It is.
I mean, we know it's something what you would say, right? Someone could even just write.
I don't think he would say to Elsa, to be honest. I don't think he would say to Elsa in. I don't think he would do that.
At what point do we actually believe Elsa, though? Because Elsa came
Also-
in saying it was
I
a
don't believe
21
anybody.
No.
17-year-old Finnish
Also,
girl.
dude, that's not even Elsa's picture. Elsa's picture is differently framed than that. Like I'm looking at my own DMs with the dude. That's not even his picture. That's fake as fuck.
Let me open up my DM with Elsa.
I mean, I like 2 days ago I saw like picture of Exion being leaked from TC and it was fake as well. I'm not surprised
actually
after that.
That's actually true, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
opening my DM.
I
It's
think-
literally
I think-
just me asking me banned.
I think the
Wait, Exion got kicked?
guys, I think the logs between Elsa and them are fake. I don't think the logs between Chris and King Mojo are fake though. They look fucking real to me.
But it's in the same conversation. What the fuck? That's definitely fake. What
It's
do you
King
mean?
Mojo. It's King Mojo sending stuff to Chris. It looks like.
He's sending the fake conversation to Chris.
wouldn't
That's
be-
what
it
you're saying.
wouldn't be
That doesn't make sense. If the inside,
It
if the
wouldn't be the-
chat between Elsa is fake, then the whole chat is fake.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I think it's just a poor fake.
Yeah. Dude,
This is
busted by
super
the wrong
weird.
frame avatar.
Listen,
Fuck
when
no.
you're a 12,000 player line, people are gonna fake shit about you. Is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, imagine the game being so still that people get more fun out of faking this kind of shit than playing the real game. That's really funny.
I mean, have you seen the state of GBGs right now,
Yeah.
bro? There's an actual there's an alliance. June Alliance. I'm not gonna call them fucking daddy.
The Daddy Alliance.
June
What a name.
Alliance. June Alliance has
Poppy.
like literally 8K active players right now. They literally zone locked 4 zones last night. I mean, that's the I'm not saying Oops doesn't do it as well. We 100% have people that aren't capable of GVZing. I'm going to tell you, sit in the corner and, don't move. But the way that the game is right now with the zone caps and with GVZ being like that state, it is like borderline disgusting. What is the incentive of being in this zone lock world? Like, what do you get out of it? It makes zero sense.
Nothing. You don't
It
get.
literally makes zero
There
sense.
is no reward for winning season. Technically, I feel like there's no reward for it. So like, apps like what people are doing right now, are just like trying to get some content out of it. But like, I don't feel like it's even worth it doing it. Like,
It's not.
squad zone caps, oop zone caps. Everybody's just sitting on different sides trying to get in, and like we brawl in the middle. Like I don't know. It's not fun.
My goal personally, we have no lives and no friends. So, we'll go to war every single day. I'll sit in the zone for 6 hours. I don't care. I got nothing better to do besides go to church later. And post breakfast. But for some people that actually like have limited playtime, it's taking away from that limited playtime and forcing them to do something boring instead of actually have that content, right? So we need a system. Yeah, I'm saying the good next season we have the start. We have a good change for the next start. We need a system that zone caps and stuff like this don't happen. And I've always been a big advocate for breaking alliances. I don't think the alliance system right now works.
It's never
I
gonna
think-
fucking happen. They love alliances too much.
I know. But when they brought out that friendly fire thing for alliances, like yes, this is what we need because you can still have alliances. You can have your cake and eat it too. That is what we needed. I would do the cake reference because I'm fat.
It's kind of gonna happen if you look like that. Like I feel like the way how they are gonna implement the debuffs is gonna be same way as like kinda the friendifier, It's just something that punishes you for having more players in a zone.
Yeah, it reduces the damage they do, right?
Yeah.
So you pretty much get a bigger life pool, but lower, but same DPS.
Yeah, but there's also a discussion that like that can get abused. That like let's say you have meat shields that just like you throw them in, the pros engage with them, and they're like both darts have debuff. Once
We
they're
have that. Well, we already have that now. What do you mean? But you're telling me that AW's whole entire existence isn't being meat shield for Blue Army?
I'm gonna the thing is that what I'm saying is that the abuse of the debuff is that like you kill the meat shields. Now your Zerg is off cooldown with debuff, and the other squad gets rid of the debuff because they lose the people. So they do re-engage and they fully wiped you.
I've literally been in Blue Army team speak during these fights, bro. It's literally Mojo say, "Okay, Mark, this is what you go and you die for me, and we'll hit the flank." That's literally what's happening right now. It's true. It's true. You know it's true.
I feel like I feel like it's Mark. It's like Mark has a very aggressive playstyle. He always wants to go like in and in and in and in.
Yeah. He's like,
and nobody stops him.
Like,
that's bad.
Mojo's like, yeah, bro, go ahead.
Nobody
soak up
stops
that AOE, bro.
Nobody
soak up
stops
that damage
him.
for me. And there was the same
Nobody
thing when Mark's worked for TC, when AW were our slaves. Exact same thing. It was like, yo, Mark, push that little tiny choke for me real fast so it'll have no cooldown so I can counter poach. It was the exact same thing. So you have these guilds that are literally being used as meat shields. Like, there's no better word to describe it.
As slaves. You literally just call them slaves, dude. Like,
slaves,
imagine having a system where every guild in the alliance, but 1 to 2 are used as fucking slaves and wanting to keep that in the game.
It's mind-boggling. It's broken, and the fact that people like enjoy this system, it hurts my head. Like, what is the incentive right now to be outside of Money Guild, TC, or June and Blue Army? What is the incentive to be in any other guild? as a player, what do you get back in any other guild? Literally nothing. Literally.
Well, you could go to phrasing and just kind of bully new players.
Oh my god, stop it.
I could join Fricks.
Stop
Honestly,
it.
bro, if you're not in one of those 4 guilds, you better be in Fricks because it's the only nice guild.
I
If you're not
thought
one
I
of those
thought
4
phrasing
guilds,
was hold on. I thought phrasing was joining Danny.
Are they?
Are
I
they?
mean, it would make sense. It would make sense.
Yeah, I
'cause
mean, it
they-
makes sense. You got to be
Makes
one of
sense.
the
Why
big
not?
3, dude.
Fuck it, why not? It makes sense. They just be like, yeah, yo, you do you boys, but we'll hold down Angry here.
That's the Anglia division of
We'll
Daddy.
hold up Angry there, boys. We got you, fam. Anto's like streaming in a business suit, be like, negotiating fucking Anglia territories with like new kids.
Suiciding with better names and a lot of it.
But yeah, that's like another issue of the game. Anglia is that's like a whole another can of worms. The fact that we can still have guilds in Livy and Anglia uncontested for months, showing up in 8.2 to Anglia GVGs, and we think that's okay.
Torture came with 8.3.
Yeah, listen.
Like
8.3 masterpiece, dude. Get it right.
8.3 masterpiece.
Greasy. That is the definition of greasy. If you open up fucking Wikipedia right now, you type in greasy, you get a picture of Thorter and a picture of Phrasing. It's
God
true.
damn.
It's true.
Picture of what and phrasing?
Torture. I can't pronounce his name. That's how
Torture.
Torture.
Slips out of my mouth like.
By the way, Torther won like 10 GVGs yesterday.
Where in Anglia?
Yeah, he also pushed into Cumbria.
Again, they just got kicked out of Cumbria like 2 weeks ago.
He launched Black
No,
Order.
they are attacking. They're launching on Longbarrow well right now.
Oh.
They're
Yeah, like
Shit.
Black Order is no showing. Black Order was no showing these fights before. Like, I don't know what about Downpod, but before they were no.
Yeah, but they took Craig Uchag, won the retail, took RDF Fissure, they took 2 portal zones.
Craig
far
Uchag
and
was
center,
from
right?
NBR.
They went completely fucking ape shit, and
Correct. Uchag was from NBR, and then NBR relaunched from RDR on retail, and they lost.
They
it.
lost
They-
it. and they retailed back on RDF Fissure and took that.
Oh, that's how it is.
Yeah, I get grumpy when I don't have breakfast, boys. That's why I keep telling people. I keep
What
trying
are
to
you
tell
eating,
them.
dude?
Yeah, listen, my lunch just got here. I got some Brazilian
Oh, I just
barbecue.
ate lunch.
I got some rice, some beans, some spaghetti. a
Wait,
little bit of
what?
cold.
All for
a little
you?
bit of Yeah, Nick, I'm fat, bro. Come on.
Oh shit! Like what
Yeah.
the fuck?
I got that barbecued ribs. I got some sausage. I got some garlic bread and some juice. Cause I don't.
You got garlic. You got juice and Coke. You got garlic bread and rice and spaghetti. You got
Coke,
beans
no
also.
Coke.
Coke
Oh,
and
no
Coke is bad
Coke.
for you. Coke,
Coke
is bad.
and Coke.
My
Coke and
bad.
Coke.
Yo, what the fuck, Dirty? That's a big ass lunch.
Hey, listen, bro. To keep up this level of excellent gameplay, you gotta make sure you fill up.
Rob, I heard like 4 different kinds of
Rice with
you said-
spaghetti.
You said beans, rice, and spaghetti and
Bean, rice,
garlic bread.
spaghetti, coleslaw, garlic bread, potato salad.
Is this
an
lunch,
egg.
right? So did
Yeah,
you eat
lunch.
breakfast?
I do, and
Well, what did you eat for breakfast?
that's the thing. I went to church today, so I skipped breakfast.
Oh, okay. I thought like
Very
you already
disappointing.
had like
No,
a
no,
shit
very
ton of
disappointing.
okay.
Vol, I think we need to rename the stream. It's not real talk. It's breakfast talk with Durateen, Voltel,
Breakfast
and
club.
Overdose.
Yeah.
Breakfast club.
Yeah, I'll be in breakfast.
Breakfast at AN24s instead of Tiffany's.
Anyways, one of the things that popped up on Reddit quite a bit the last like week is this no devs and guild crap. I pulled up one of the posts on the stream.
Yo, yeah. What's going on? Not necessarily with the whole ZVZ damnation staff thing, but what's Sorab saying about
Well,
how, like,
you had
Fuss and stuff?
you had Sorab saying that they're deleting his post. You had Fred say he was well, actually Mojo confirmed that last week on the stream live. And then
What?
you had the damnation stuff, and it looked like Reddit kind of exploded this week with hashtag no devs and guilds. Why don't we talk about that a little bit, guys?
The problem.
Well, what's Sorab talking about? Like the Fuss's
Sorab-
role and playtime and this kind of stuff.
Sorab made a few posts about GVG being broken and the way that they're balancing it.
I read those
It
and
is
I
skewed.
agreed.
It's true, but in the subreddit, those posts got deleted. If you look at them from now, they're gone.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's get to a point when you have active players giving back feedback on a public platform.
I pulled
where
up the
others can
post
give their
about it
opinions
from
as-
Sorab.
When other players can give their opinions as well, it instantly gets censored. And that's where it goes back to what I said earlier. Make the round table open to everyone. Every single player able to read it, so that people can post now be able to post.
Let's go
The
forum.
way-
Did
transparency. It's transparency.
Let's
It's
go forum.
checks and
Yeah.
boundaries. It's good for the game.
Let's
Yeah,
go
sorry.
forum.
Did you say he deleted them or did they get
gone.
removed from the Reddit
They're
mob?
gone. They're gone. Yeah,
Oh.
the Reddit mob. Yes. Elsa specifically.
I didn't read all. I read one of his posts, which I agreed with. Why were they removed?
Because you're not allowed to give your opinions unless it's to the almighty Lord and Savior.
No,
Fuzz.
I mean I've posted a ton of shit on the Reddit before.
Yeah,
I never
but
go.
you also tend to go stream on their main channel.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
It is what it is. It is what it is. The second that Sorab does it, it's a known e-dater.
Well, I mean, did he what did he say in these photos? Like, did he say some?
it wasn't that bad. You read the post. It wasn't that
one.
bad.
I read one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
He's very passionate about GVG because it's what he enjoys doing, and I understand that. I understand it completely.
Mhm.
When you enjoy doing something, you're passionate about it being better, about being more fun, not just for yourself, but for other people. Because you think Sorab likes no shows? No. He wants to fight people. He wants to have good fights. He wants to enjoy the game the way it's meant to be enjoyed. The fact that the way they balance the game right now, it just takes away from that.
Yeah, I just pulled up a post I made a while ago, and this was way worse than what started. Like at one point in this post, I literally said, "What kind of stupid devs thought this was a good idea?" Jesus,
Yeah, it's
how
called
did I get away?
Fuzz.
How did I get
Fuzz
away
is the
with that?
name of the stupid.
No,
dev
no,
that
this was the
says
post
post
not the
about when
one.
Hellgates were bugged. This is that
Yeah.
one.
Fast
that's
is not
just-
the one doing the balancing. It's Retro Man.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's
the
retro.
retro. Yes, I can tell you
Retro
this.
Man.
Retro Man balances like a lot of the games, a lot of the numbers, all that stuff comes from Retro Man. But Fuss works. I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge. Like maybe I'm fucking up by saying that. Fuss works with Retro Man to do the NDA test and like get all the coordinate with people, all that
He
kind
was
of
an
shit.
88 test. He's the one
I feel
that's
like
doing it.
Fuss
It's
is there
battle.
just to coordinate the people, get the
Yeah.
people, get
Yeah.
the action materials, and give it to Retro Man. Like that's how I feel like it works.
Yeah,
If I'm wrong. So like
That's
there's
how it works.
absolutely nothing against Fuss. And Sorab was multiple times asked to, and like they've been asking like, if you want, come to NDA. And Fuss told him like, but you didn't come when I asked you. And like it's like next time I'm gonna come. Never saw Sorab on NDA. Like he kinda can't go playing. Like when you ask him like go on NDA and he doesn't. To test the stuff and like
Bro,
check it. And like
why would I
didn't.
waste my time to go to NDA testing when I'm not going to implement my feedback?
Because you're passionate in a game and like you prove your point. Like
no, but that's the thing, dude. Like I did a few NDA tests,
So did
with a
I.
team, and then I did a few NDA tests solo, and then I did a few like solo tests, and I'm pretty sure nothing that I ever gave feedback on was implemented.
They literally they throw out broken stuff, and even when we say it's okay, it's not broken, like the parry ability on the NDA. The second they throw it on live, it's broken. They completely ignored our feedback, threw it in a way that it was completely broken. So yes, the balancing on this game is either completely biased or just straight lazy. And I'm going to tend to go to lazy.
Well, I really think that retro, like right now, I think the way it works is retro just kind of does what he thinks is the best for the game. And I think that's definitely the way it should be because you have way too many fucking people to listen to, right? If you have Sorab trying to get a buff to RDPS, and then you have someone like Durateen trying to get a buff to tanks, and like I want melee and like all this shit. That's really hard for retro alone to deal with
Yeah,
everyone's
because you were
stuff.
great, man.
So, like, I'm just saying random shit, but I really think that like retro, and this even makes sense to Robin Henkes, the fucking CEO, whatever, just make the game how they want to make the game and take the feedback of what's broken, whatever, and fix that shit immediately. Like if they want parry, be like the good shit they want Swords to be meta, but everyone is saying it's retarded OP that it literally does every effect in the game. Like maybe remove some of those effects, dude. Don't make the CD 2 seconds longer. Does actually nothing.
How long till Forge Hammers get nuked? That's the main question. How long till Forge Hammer just dies?
Why?
It just got buffed, so I don't know.
It just got
Exactly.
buffed. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
They
I
either
love my
overbuff
Forge
it-
Hammers.
Yeah, I wonder
They're-
why. Maybe because it's fucking broken.
They're my favorite. Like everybody's like, yeah, hammers are shit for
Bro.
DPS, and I'm just like,
Bro,
haste, and I
went
just
to a
smack down
Hellgate.
a boss by myself.
I went to a Hellgate against this Mickey kid. Literally 3 Forge Hammers. Literally
that's
just run
disgusting.
over. Bro, you can't throw double healer, triple Forge Hammers is a meta now. Like fuck
Everything has
me.
a counter. Everything has a counter. Even donation.
Yeah.
Like about when we did the NDA.
Oh, even Damnation.
listen.
Yes, Blue Army.
Yeah, didn't
huh?
they
no,
make
no, it says-
I
I
know
know.
deleted?
When I was doing, we were doing NDAs before, and even we just said reduce the damnation radius. Reduce the radius. What Retroman does hinders damage. And then we say again, reduce the radius, hinders damage. Like, I don't get it. Like, this is like kind of frustration as well. Like, you say, you gave like so much feedback, like stuff. This is broken. This is bad. This is bad. This needs buff. Especially the nation we said, this is broken. This is doing so much damage. You need to turn the radius. Or like, we were saying damage, but like, we were like saying you need to turn the radius. The radius is too big for what it actually does.
So
Here we are. Damage.
what did they do to? So I think this is what happened, right? They buffed animation staff to do a little less damage, but way more armor shred, and it kept the same range, like the big radius.
Mhm.
And then people made like tons of damnation staff groups that
Yes.
just destroyed out of position tanks, and then it got nerfed to be a stacking dot, so that only like one could work,
It's
or
not
what
yet
was
in.
it?
It's not yet in, but it's supposed to be like dot that's put on everybody around, and they should get pierced, and it's unstackable with other animations. So basically,
Weapon's
it's
dead.
super
Well,
weapon.
I don't know.
It's gonna
That's
be
weird to see.
super weapon. No, it's not that. It's not that. Not that. It's gonna be a very good super weapon. What damnation should be in a while. Like, I'm like I was trying to like say like make damnation like icicle, you know, area
Mhm.
that does very low damage, and it's very good super like icicle is slow. The damnation should have pierce, and like you have very nice balanced weapon. Icicle's not really balanced, but like yeah, like it's good.
I
Just
mean,
don't give it damage.
so I saw the clip of like those guys getting deleted. Those guys, I mean, those
Yeah.
guys deserve to die. Like if it wasn't the damnation, they would have died something else. They
Bro.
were out of position.
But,
But-
it was 9 damnations stacked on each other, bro.
Yeah,
if
like
I
they
take, if I
deserve to
hit
die
you with
with
9
9
broadswords,
animations,
you're
bro.
dead.
You should
I
die
hit
to
you with
9
9
abilities.
broadswords-
9 E's too, right? But
9
anyway,
E's from any weapon should kill you.
I don't know.
But
That's
it's a
weird
bit
to
too
see
easy
that
to
they.
pull off on too many people, right?
You need 4
Well,
people to
it's
kill
really
it.
weird to see that they're instantly changing it. Like they already said that they're going to change it to a dot. Like they have this entire thing planned out already that they're going to do, even though it's not in yet. When you complain about parry on swords being retarded OP or like forge hammers and like that never gets changed. What the fuck? Why is damnation getting changed?
Because
instantly?
Mojo died.
Listen,
Because Mojo did.
Somebody's saying use demon armor. I can tell you the next day we took 4 dominations to be one-shot ellipsis on the first engage. It's damage broken. He opened demon armor. He was protected by mammoth upgraded buff. He was defended by 40%. He still died through 4 dominations. So like, tell me like how you want to come to it. Demon armor dies to it. That like there was no other weapon in a game like that. They were like basically you pop defensive and you're punished for it, so you die.
Yeah,
for
yeah, but hold on.
No
So you're
weapon like
telling
that
me,
was
so you're
recommended.
telling me the amount of coordination necessary, bro, with the amount of coordination necessary to actually run a decent bomb squad, to have 9 arcanes beaming 9 demon,
It's not
9
coordination.
damnations. No, shut up. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You have 9 E's, all arcane beams on a group. It should kill you. That's how the game works, bro. It should kill you.
It's brute
Sure,
force.
I'm wasting literally 18 players, an entire party to bomb squad. That's how we do it, and that's how people die. And if you can't stack demon armors to stop my entire squad of engaging on you, that's your problem.
If you have four guys with the demon armors, you can counter 16, 18 people with it.
Exactly. It's just how it is, bro. It's just everything has counterplay. There's nothing in the game that does not have counterplay besides like parry or like forge hammers. Everything else has counterplay.
So from my perspective, I don't know if it's OP or not. Like I only saw one clip of it. I think maybe they should just reduce the radius, but whatever. I think the only thing about this I think is super fucking weird is how quickly they instantly had a change to it. Like Retro said, they're gonna change to the dot and like
The second
the
that blue
instant replies, bro. Like, come on, that's so weird, man. We're
Second
complaining
that
about
blue armor.
parries, for like all this shit that's also actually busted. Not like animation.
Just ask yourself, how likely is it they had exactly that nerf in the
They didn't.
let me just
They
play the
didn't.
opposite of a
Well,
devil's
it was
advocate.
a buff.
What
dude.
if
It was,
they just
got buffed and they
prepared?
got changed?
What if they let me play the opposite of a devil's advocate here? What if they planned something like that, and it was already in the making and pretty much getting implemented, and then Mojo cried to Retro.
Now, the problem is they didn't nerf it, bro, like they said they were going to. They straight up reworked it. That's not a nerf, it's a rework. Literally reworked an entire weapon based on the opinion of one dude because he can't press R. Straight up, bro.
Because I thought this was a buff to it, dude. Because no one uses the animation in anything other than CVCs, and if you do use it, you're only using it for the shred. The damage sucks. So they
there's
buffed
so many
the armor
weapons like
shred, and
this.
then they nerfed the damage. I thought that was a buff in the patch, like whatever on Wednesday, where they just added more armor shred and lowered the damage. Because all you use it for is the armor shred. You don't care about the damage on it.
I know,
But
bro.
then,
Oof.
so now it's weird to see this shit, this change.
But there's so many weapons that are very niche, right?
Yeah.
Like great nature staff. Have you ever seen a great nature staff in a ZVZ, bro? No,
No.
it doesn't exist. Certain weapons are bound for
I
certain
did.
things of the game, and that's okay. That's acceptable. That's
And
not
great
that's not a
nature is
problem.
bound to be shit.
Yeah, no. What do you mean? See, if you think that great nature shit in the way that it's supposed to be used, you don't know how to play the game.
I know.
Great
But
nature's a
for,
great
like,
spell,
I
but
just
it's niche. Having
Yeah, it's a
niche
very
things
niche
are
thing.
okay. Having niche things are okay.
I can tell you that yesterday I saw 100 nature in a ZVZ. I can tell you it's not bad. And the reason fine by yourself.
Poison thorns with a fucking twig staff. Bro.
Yes,
Like,
yes, exactly
yeah.
that.
Like, I don't know about. I think I didn't see you guys playing with that. Yeah, my eyes are always open,
It
Kamadi.
seems nice. It seems nice.
Yeah, listen, when we play Albin, you see like that little snake slithering in the ground, that T1 snake. Yeah, that's me. It's me just watching.
Yep.
I'll say this about the innovation too, because like I'm actually just looking at it now. They haven't even done anything yet, right? They didn't actually implement the. So I mean, I'll just like I think we will just wait till change is implemented.
No,
I
but-
don't think
but
it'll be
that's-
exactly like this. I'm pretty sure
that's not the
Retro Man
problem.
was just kind of like spitting shit about
The
how
problem
like
isn't.
he's giving
the problem-
ideas.
The problem isn't that they're actually changing it or the actual nerf or the actual buff. That's not the issue. That means because if they're the game, if they want to make it so that fucking fire fat that the pyroblast is now AoE and kills everyone on instant shot, that's them. It's their game. My issue is they're valuing the opinions of one GM from one ZVZ guild over all the testing versus all the NDA.
Well, it's not
versus
like
all
that's
the
even
player
in a DM though. Like if you look at I'm looking at the picture. This isn't DMs, right? This is the
No,
NDA like
yeah.
server with
Yeah,
all the people in it that like
literally
everyone was
just
talking about. Like
says,
even
yo,
Link was in the conversation.
He was like, "Yo, link that for change that for me, bro." He's like, "Yeah, I got you, fam." That's the way it came out.
I'll just
And
think that
that's
if,
the issue.
Yeah.
if anybody would complain, I think it would change. And like I feel like the reason why he
No, they
reacted
wouldn't.
to
No, they wouldn't. They would not. No, yo, Teziki, how many times have you given back feedback that wasn't?
Yeah, no, I'm so
You-
almost.
you
I
literally
don't
get
think any
paid by
feedback I've ever
SPI.
given. I don't think any feedback I've ever given is actually implemented in the game, but maybe all the feedback I give is shit. Who knows? But I'm trying to look right now for the NDA Discord, so I could see like maybe above Mojo's message, a lot of other people are complaining about it or something. It's I will say like it's definitely weird to see that there's this instant response from Retro, but maybe like people are saying because I really thought they were trying to buff it in the last patch, but maybe they were actually trying to nerf it. And
Yeah,
so like,
feel like-
what different things are used in different places, you know?
yeah.
And the way, and honestly, the way that it works, or the way that AoE escalation worked, it was working as intended.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they
Simple
just didn't understand what the weapon was gonna do. Like
And
they
that's
thought
the problem,
lowering
bro.
the
That's
damage
the
and upping
problem
the
with
shred
them.
was gonna be a nerf, but that's actually a buff.
That's why we have devs. That's why we have testing. They're supposed to know this through testing, and they don't. Testing is literally the most useless thing in the game right now. NDA is a joke. It's broken every single day, and nothing happens. And that's SPI. That's SPI in a nutshell. It's a joke.
Honestly, only thing I can see is that only reason why Return responded to it that fast is that like because they were planning the nation nerf, like that they were planning it, they did what they did, but they were working on it for some time, and right the other day he sees like, oh, but it didn't change anything, so I basically like did absolutely nothing with the weapon, so I need to change it. It's like only reason why I see it done that. Like
Yeah,
basically,
I think that's
he
why
did
Retro
nerf, that
responded so fast because
Yeah.
he really thought he was nerfing the weapon, but
didn't.
that
just
nerf was
didn't.
actually a buff, and like it was the stupidest change I've ever seen. If they were trying to nerf it, that's literally a buff to what the weapon is for.
That's only reason why I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, because at Pando, what you said is like not oops being hypercritical. Like everybody agrees that the weapon is too strong in its current iteration.
100%. It needed to change.
But the
issue
problem
is
we're
the
having
response.
right now is pretty much that one person said this needs changing, and they suddenly did it.
Everyone
like,
thought it
the
needed to change.
step is
The problem
correct,
is,
but
no one's opinion mattered until Mojo
Yeah.
pitched. That's just how it is.
exactly.
And that's something
Uh,
that like it's a player that has been perm banned from the game. It's a player that have literally made racist CTAs against an Albion stream. Like, how are we valuing this man's opinion over everyone else? I speak to Mojo. I don't hate Mojo personally on a personal level. I don't at all. But this is dumb.
I mean, so the more I read, dude, the less hating on Mojo I am. Like I'm reading through all the conversation right now. It's more than just Mojo trying to get the donation change.
Yeah, 100%.
And I
Needs to
mean,
be
maybe
nerfed.
just leaking this. Maybe I shouldn't be leaking this, but I don't give a fuck. Mojo disagrees with the dot change. He just wants the radius cut. and it's over like 11 days that he's talking about how it's not
Yeah, it definitely
or
needs
that
to
how
be.
it's broken before Retro
It
actually says
definitely
he's gonna change it.
It definitely needs to be.
Yeah,
Well,
like, it's not like he sent the message at 10:22 and then at 10:23 it got changed, right? This was 11 days worth of Mojo talking and other people before Retro said he's gonna change it.
But I think there's
11 days of
other.
Mojo losing GGs.
Well, there's perception, right? I mean,
Mhm.
perception is that you have devs in certain groups, and those groups use information or get changes done. And I think it really comes down to whether or not it's true or not. The perception is there, and that's why other other developers ban their employees from holding any position in power. Like, for example, if you're playing Eve or other games, you can be in a group, but you can't let anybody know you're a fucking dev. Like, pure and simple. You're some random, named player. You can't play on your dev account, right?
I mean y- dude, the more I look at it, the more like who gives it? Like this isn't Retro Man being biased against Mojo. Like there's 4 or 5 people linking videos from ZVZs that aren't Blue Army and all this shit. And it's not until all these videos get leaked and linked that Retro Man says, I'm looking into it. I'm looking into ways to change the weapon.
But the
all this-
second that Take Care released the fucking ZVZ video with us having, imagine getting dunked by Brazilians with 300 pings on a cast weapon, and then having to change the game because of that, bro.
And I would
300
I would
pings.
agree with you. I would agree with you, except for the shit that came up last week about Frank getting banned, and King Mojo admitting that he was behind it.
Frank.
Like, that's
Frank, not Frank.
Fred.
Fred.
Whatever.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that a meme, dude?
No, that's the worst part. It wasn't. There was an actual
That's
CTA.
not a meme?
There was an
That's not a
actual
meme, bro?
CTA. There was an actual CTA. How fucked is that?
Oh,
No,
wait,
I'm not-
are you
it
sure
wasn't-
that's not a meme?
It wasn't just a Blue Army CTA. That was a June-aligned CTA.
What CTA
Bro,
about there
Fred.
was one guy who screenshotted Fred saying racist in a local chat. He just posted
Yeah.
it on Repo. There's
so
no
when Mojo went on a live stream and kept spamming the kid with the N-word with all the Blue Army following him, and he only got like muted for like a week. Oh yeah, equal treatment, 100%. Thumbs up, bro.
Fred got unbanned. Fred got
He did get unbanned. He got
He got-
unbanned.
So you
after
can't say anything.
He got
So you can't
he
say
got
anything,
unbanned.
basically.
He got unbanned the day after the Real Talk show last week.
He got unbanned after people saw there was actually going to be some sort of backlash to it.
But at the end, he was treated same. He was banned for a
He
certain
wasn't.
amount of time.
He wasn't.
At the
No, he
end,
wasn't.
No, he was
He's
perma banned.
muted.
He was perma banned.
He's perm muted in game, bro.
No, the original ban was 200-year permanent ban. Like that
Yeah.
was the original
Yeah.
ban.
Now he's
Yeah.
permanently muted.
Yeah,
Now he's
and
permanently muted.
I thought it should have just been like what happened in the past, where people got either permuted indefinitely until they could appeal, or like something like that.
Well, like I told him live on the show. I'm like, dude, like, because he's like, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm like, you need to chill your shit. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no,
Like,
no, no.
bro.
Don't get me wrong. Fred deserves a permute, bro. He's probably gonna get banned
100%.
again
He's
eventually.
toxic.
That's
He's
my boy.
toxic. The
But like, hey,
perm
the boy's toxic.
perm
That's my.
mute- The perm mute is for his own
but
good.
but the logs of King Mojo telling the dude ban this motherfucker and he's banned. That's where the issue is, right? Not. It's like the damnation stats.
No.
It's not about the
The
damnation.
fact that
being
Chosen
nerfed.
went on Albion TV and he's like, "Oh yeah, Fred. Oh, he didn't take care. Yeah, fuck that kid. He deserves to be back."
Yeah, that probably wasn't the,
Chosen is
the best
retarded.
joke. That
Just
probably
because
wasn't the
that's-
best joke.
Yeah, so why are you gonna have someone that's mentally ill or mentally slow being the face of your fucking game on your fucking talk show?
Hey, Chosen's a friend of the show, so let's not be too harsh on him, bud.
He's also a 45-year-old failed gamer dad with 8 mil fucking fame in game, and he's giving you opinions about the game. Yeah, thumbs up, bro. 8 million fame, and the man's commentating GVGs. The dude literally screaming huge
Doesn't know-
damage
yeah,
on a
that's
0
true.
stack, 0 druid stack infernal staff, 0 stacks.
All right, then
Huge damage,
you do it
massive
better.
damage.
God damn, dude.
Look,
But it's
I
true,
fucking-
like Chosen has no knowledge about a game. Like I'm gonna be honest, Chosen has no knowledge about a
Bro,
game.
at
It's
least
true.
I know that when the man's health bar goes down, he's dying. Fuck me.
I'm not gonna talk about the fame thing because Voltel has shit for fucking PvP fame. So.
I don't know. Just like it does pain my soul. Like you know who was the best commentator, the best GVG commentator I ever saw in game?
Snackster.
Fuzz.
I
No,
saw Snackster.
Fuzz.
I saw Snackster. Snackster was funny.
Dude, I was gonna say Snackster.
Fuzz is-
Snackster
Snackster was
was
very
a-
good. Very good. It was very
Bro,
good.
Snap
Yeah,
shows
Snap's
that color commentary, bro. His personality on stream, this dude's crazy.
It was good. It
But
was
someone
very
that
good.
actually
Yeah.
knew about GVG, actually knew about the meta, actually knew how the spells worked and stuff. The rhythm of a GVG was Fuzz. It was so good.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Well,
Thanks for the shit talk. Appreciate it.
No, bro, no. Listen, bro. You know I like you, but you
I'll
know
fucking
the
with
second you see like a dude use a curse staff, you're like, yeah, look at that curse staff, yeah, bro.
Dude, I love curse. What do you mean?
Who doesn't, right?
I don't.
Like-
What?
I don't
Just
do
like
that.
we talking about ratio, like you only about curse stats right now. Look at it.
Dude, every
Yeah,
time I
but
see a
then-
curse staff, I shit talk the guy for playing curse too. So what
Exactly.
the fuck is this guy doing?
We have it open on stream, by the way. We have it open on stream.
Now here's the thing. Like, okay, like all these different individual instances, there might not be anything behind it, but SBI is not doing themselves any fucking favors by how it looks, right? I mean, they're stepping in the shit left and right.
So good. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this shit could be fucking avoided by not giving the impression that they're, you know, favoring one group or another, right? I mean, I think that's.
Did
what it
you know
boils down
who
to.
would? You know what would be really good right now in this situation, dude? Emma.
Lunch.
If
Lunch.
Voke was here, I feel like Voke would have handled this really well.
Oh, I think Evoke was really good at it because
yeah,
she would
Evoke
get
did
it.
this kind of
She would
stuff
get on
very
this shit
well.
very hard.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless.
Very good right now, bro. Lunchtime.
Did he like Emma would
Oof.
like the second the shit dropped, she'd be PMing people, getting the real story. She'd be on top of that shit, dude. I really like that out of Emma. She was really good at that.
Every time we have someone that actually cares, that actually does their job correct, we instantly leave SBI. I wonder why.
What I thought was interesting is one of these posts. I'm gonna find it, but one of these posts about mods deleting messages, you actually had a response from. You actually had a response from Elsa. So I'm gonna find out what you guys are talking.
I don't know like why even like Albion actual mods in game are moderating Reddit. Like that should be community and absolutely not like I know it should have some rules, but deleting posts about like what size says it feels so wrong. Like I don't know. It just feels so weird.
So here you go. You got Elsa responded to a deleted post. As,
What was the post called?
wonder why this was
I wanna pull it
deleted.
up.
Tinfoil. It's on the stream.
Who posted it?
Arthurly.
Okay.
Anyways, Elsa goes, newly created account with 0 Reddit karma. These get automatically submitted for moderator approval to prevent spam, bot posts, or one person spamming with the several alt accounts. And so this dude goes, so you're saying the mods didn't approve of the post? And she actually responded, or he actually responded and said, no, what I was saying is it hadn't been approved yet. I see now it has been approved a couple hours ago by one of the moderators. So
That's the best part about talking about Elsa. We have to correct yourself from he to she.
Gee.
she
Well,
has-
wait, but I mean that has nothing to do with Sorab because Sorab's a real account. Like he's not on mod Q. Like he posts and it gets seen instantly. So his just got hidden or moved. Sorry.
yeah, and then I'll go up to his. I wish Sorab could hop on and like fill in what got deleted.
Well, I mean he. Oh yeah, what the content was that got deleted.
Yeah, because he can't pull it up. I mean, he could still pull it up because he posted it, but we can't see it.
Yeah, well, I mean he posted all of them within the same hour. The only one I read is the one that wasn't even deleted yet. So I don't know what was.
Now,
it.
weren't you overdose? Weren't you shadow moderated or banned or some shit for some posts you made about the devs?
Yes.
Care
I
to
called
talk about
them
it?
like they nuked RMT logs that I posted. And then I probably tell this story like every 2 weeks. I very much I posted RMT logs I got handed, like they were confirmed that they were in factory, etc., etc. And RMT in this game exists. So I posted them on Reddit, and they were like, "Oh no, ban! What the fuck?"
So what was the
And-
ban reason you were given for posting proof of somebody?
No,
RMT?
they would first removed the posts, and then I was like,
Gotcha.
why would you? Then I went in contact with the mods and was like, why would you remove posts? I have them. Why won't you remove the logs, etc.? They were like, yeah, it's not enough evidence, and I was like, I confirmed it with several people, etc., etc. This is in fact true. Otherwise, I wouldn't post it. and they would just not let me pretty much. What I think what they didn't want to happen is pretty much having it get out that there exists RMT in this game because they want to pretty much save face.
Yeah, but I don't see how that resulted in you getting banned from the site.
I called them modsies.
One point there was literally a Chinese gold site using my in-game account, like my full A3 to sell. Dead serious. Like, how are you gonna tell me there's no RMT in this game, bro?
Dude,
And I got
people
banned for that,
would
by the
go
way. I got
crazy on
banned.
RMT, bro. I remember I would always get emails from like gold selling people who would be like, "Yo, we'll give you hella gold, dude. Just advertise for us. We'll give you discount codes, all this." I'm not trying to get banned, dude.
That's the thing.
Those
like,
guys are
there's
crazy.
that.
I don't see how that results in a ban though.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, and I also appealed the ban, and they were like, "Yeah, we will get back to you." And I'm like, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you, and I have not heard back from them last year.
Well, I don't think the mods really respond very quickly, to be honest with you. It's probably still in the works.
Yeah,
You respond to Mojo
I'm
very quick.
sure. I'm. Maybe I just need to ask Mojo to get me unbanned.
Yeah, like no, seriously.
He looks like he has a real good connection to the to SVI.
Somebody says everyone knows Mojo RMTs. What the fuck? I don't know about that.
I won't go into that. I'm not going to start these accusations without any, any backup. That'd be hypocritical.
But I think all of this like is avoidable if SBI would stop giving the perception, and I think the perception is furthered by, how they do the roundtable, letting fucking employees of SBI in groups, etc. I don't think it does them any favors, regardless of whether or not it's true.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh God, I'm dying. Jesus, take the wheel.
Please don't die.
I got arrested midstream. I mean, dying midstream is the next step, right?
Yeah, and you'll become the non-pedophilic Michael Jackson of this game.
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
what? I saw my nose.
True.
But yeah, going the RMT accusations, putting on the tinfoil hat, don't think it's the way forward. But SBI is obviously going to crack down because at the end of the day, they actually do sell in-game currency. So,
Well, hopefully they take it seriously, and I'm hoping SBI stops stepping in the in the bear traps. Because honestly, if it does come out that some developer or employee is actually helping one group over another, that's not going to end well for SBI. I mean, it turned into like a 3 or 4 month shitstorm for CCP back in the day, and that isn't good for the game, no matter what.
true, very true. I mean, they have to have a stance against it, but yeah, it's not our place to call people out for it.
No, let's talk about Black Zone stuff. So you guys are facing some super coalition or some shit, the Daddy Coalition or Daddy Alliance or something, right?
I refuse. to call
It's
it daddy,
June's
bro.
alliance.
June's
dude.
alliance,
Let's chill
bro.
on the daddy.
Let's chill on the daddy thing because you can only have one
Puppy.
daddy. Switch can only have one daddy.
Jesus Christ.
Let's stay off that word. It's true.
So I mean, aren't you guys outnumbered like 4-1 though, or something?
It's close to that. The actual numbers, I think, we're at like 4.9, and they're at 7. Obviously, some people helping them, but yeah, it is.
So is
it's
it
pretty much-
true? Is it true that Squad disbanded and joined Daddy? I've been really busy with work and
Yes.
haven't had a chance.
Nope. No, they
No?
didn't disband.
They just joined.
Squad joined Daddy for until the end of the season, and Squad is gonna be remade next season. Nothing disbanded. It just got moved for until end of season.
So
As
what
far
is
as
this? What is this about Arch helping Daddy? I've heard that from multiple people.
I think Arch. I'm not sure that it's actually helping Daddy. I think Arch just tries to kill whoever they can. You know, they send out their 401 gang squads and like death to everyone. So
I mean, that's respectable.
yeah, I've nothing against Arch personally. I think there's definitely a place in the game for an alliance like Arch. There needs to be an alliance like Arch.
Hey, Shozen's in the audience. Shozen's in the audience. Why don't you hop on, Shozen?
Rather drown myself in a bucket of sand.
Dude, I love Arch, dude. Like, I think Arch is really good.
Is Arch also attacking? Oops.
They are, yeah, obviously. They're talking.
So it's
I mean,
17,000 versus 4.
No, that's not
That's
fair.
related.
That's not
That's
fair.
related.
Arch will kill both sides, realistically. Arch will get whatever kills he can because it's Arch.
I think Arch is going to be the ones to watch next season, to be honest with you.
The second that you have 3 alliances, quote unquote, and disbanding to create like one alliance, it is a bit ridiculous because the way that zone caps, the way the servers are in game, with the numbers that June actually pulls for NA right now, it's literally like 800 to 900 players. So they can zone cap 3 to 4 zones and just get whatever objective they want uncontested. And that's an issue that's not going to be fixed to the next patch. Because yes, you're going to be going to have less HP, you're going to have less damage, whatever the nerf is, but you're still going to be able to zone cap zones.
Well,
So,
I think
Arch
can zone cap what 4 or 5 zones right now.
Yeah, they can, but but they're not going to because Arch doesn't have like the coordination or like the organization that June's Alliance has right now.
I don't know about that. I think they're pretty fucking organized, dude.
Not really. They are just like yeah, they have organization with Gluttony that's like leading the main Zerg, but you have so many clappers and so many random people coming from every single side. It's just like if you went to Turret 1 with Big Zerg, you would see what's happening. It's actually.
Ever seen that movie I Am Legend with Will Smith? People just like the little zombies just running out from all over the place. If you take those zombies and you put like Milkshake or you put like all those clappers just running at you, it's the exact same. It's literally just zombies from all over the place. That's fine, that's the way TVCs are supposed to be. That's fine.
We got Shozen on here. Shozen, why don't you introduce yourself and join the conversation?
Really, does he really have to introduce himself?
I would.
I don't know. Is my mic even working right now, guys? I just
No, it's
plugged it
not.
in.
Please fix it.
All right, I will fix it.
Louder, more echo.
More echo?
Yeah, please, more echo. Also,
You're fine,
make
you're
it
fine,
sound
you're
like
fine.
you're speaking to us, like you're speaking through a tube or something.
So should I put up this up here and go like this and this?
Stop.
I'm just trying to get the audio right, guys. I
No,
literally
you're
just
good.
reset shit.
You're good.
All right. So I don't even know what we're talking about, but I came in because I heard Durateen talking about how it's really unfair that like alliances disbanded and joined one alliance to.
No, I don't think that's unfair at all.
No,
no.
I don't think that's unfair at all.
Let's get the.
I never
All
said
right, all right.
Hold on.
No, okay. Because
Let's get the
I was
shit
going to say
talking
the
correct.
hypocrisy of that would have been huge, man. Because I mean,
never said that.
Okay.
I never said anything
Let's get
like
the
that.
shit
All right.
talking right. No, how it started was Durateen was shit talking you about I think it was Fred's ban or something, and you were being unfair
like
on the stream.
I have
Yeah.
anything to do with Fred's ban? Holy
No, you
shit!
didn't. No.
No. It's more about what you said. Like you said,
On
like
the
all these.
stream.
All right, do you guys want to see the page after page after page of messages from Fred to me about asking me to do something about him, or can we keep that a little bit on the DL?
Hey, hold on.
and
let's
just go
revert back. Hey,
like
hold
let's
on,
just
No,
go.
I want-
Hey,
Hold on.
Send them to me. Send them to me. I want juicy
I got the
shit.
pictures, dude. I got the pictures. This
You're
is
being very
this
defensive
post that
right
got
now.
deleted. These are the posts that got deleted from Syrup. Hold till I got them.
Oh, yeah, link that. Let's put that on stream.
I linked them in
no,
general.
I'm not throwing those. Those are private.
Those
DMs.
are-
I'm just
those
saying,
are
this
perfectly
guy.
fine.
I
There's
told
nothing
him straight up.
tame in
I
it.
go, listen, Fred, I don't get involved in player discipline, and he goes, okay, I get you, but could you do me a favor since you work with these guys? Could you go and maybe talk to them on my behalf so that maybe something can get done? And I'm like, reading comprehension, buddy. First line was, I do not get involved in player discipline. Oh, okay, I get it, friend. But is there anything you could do to help me?
I don't
And
understand how this
after
is
like
relevant.
the
I don't understand how
after
this is
like
relevant to
the
the
fourth
conversation.
time, after the fourth time of that, I was like, Fred, man, like I'm just gonna burn you like toast, man, because like you gotta understand that if somebody says to you, I'm not gonna get involved, and you keep poking them, you're not going to get what you want. What you're going to get is a guy who makes fun of people to make fun of you on the air. So yes, people get banned for whatever they get banned with. I don't give two shits what you get banned for because I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to get anybody banned and I'm not going to get anybody unbanned. I can't. Like, I just don't have the power.
I don't understand how any of what you just said is relevant to anything else. Because we were talking, but that's not the issue we were talking about. We were talking.
You're talking about me picking on Fred on air.
How you were saying that you being a BA member instantly said, "Oh yeah, he's take care. Yeah, he deserves a bad fuck."
Oh, dude, I do that because the same reason you said "fuck you, Chosen," because I like busting your guys' chops. It's nothing personal. Like, what the fuck, dude? I give
he
a
did
shit
later
about
in the show said it was a joke. I was there.
That's what I have
said.
nothing to do with politics in BA towards TC. The only thing I care about is seeing action to record and talk shit about. That's it.
Let's move on.
I don't care if it's TC that's being a problem and needs to be stomped down, or if it's Squad that's being a problem needs to be stomped down. Somebody's gonna stomp somebody at some point.
Especially because Squad doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, they do. They still do. They're just not Squad right now.
They're daddy.
It's that's like saying EOS doesn't exist right now.
It doesn't.
It does.
It does.
It does. It totally does. And if somebody wanted to put EOS back together, it wouldn't be what's EOS? How would we ever possibly get these people together? Would they ever play together again? I don't know.
Well, let's talk about this Captain Sorab stuff.
Vote to get this done. Oh God.
Let's talk about this Captain Sorab shit. So we have the post where Captain Sorab called out the mods, and then I just got
he didn't call it the mod. All he
did.
Was he gave some feedback about
no.
Look
at the fucking screen. Stop.
And then I know that's the next one. That's part 3. We're talking about part 2 right now.
So what I'm saying is he posted and called out the mods for deleting his shit, right? That's what we're talking about.
True. Yeah, sorry.
So here's the shit that was deleted. Does anybody see anything bad there that should be deleted?
No.
It looks like normal story. I'm crying about Fire being meta. That's what he always does. Nothing personal. He's always like, "Oh, Fire is meta. I'm happy. Oh, Fire is not meta. Change it." That's how Swap works. I cannot go against it.
Yeah,
even though he plays different weapons.
Why was it deleted?
That's the second part. That's the second thing. I don't see any problem to this.
Yeah. So why are some people's opinions?
Do you think that this is what got it deleted? Do you think this is what did it, or could there possibly? I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here because this is the first I've heard of it. Could there have been something else in this white area that isn't anything there? Could there have been some reply?
The post that got deleted, he didn't even reply to anything.
He didn't reply to any. Were there 14
No, I'm just
posts?
gonna tell you exactly what happened, right? So he posted 3 times. The first one didn't get deleted. The second one and the third one did get deleted. He didn't respond to any comments on the second and third one.
Were they all the same topic?
No. The content of all 3 of them was different. It was called part 1, part 2, part 3. I think why they got removed was because it was spamming. I guess he did post 3 times. But nothing was bad about what he did.
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm just going. What would he get deleted for? Let's not go to the immediate. Oh, people are biased and deleting Sorab because it's Sorab. I mean, I didn't delete it.
Different points. If I have 3 valid different points,
if it was me who deleted it, it would 100% have been because I was, being a dick to Sorab. But I didn't delete this.
Yeah. I can hear the words of Mojo echoing through you.
I don't even talk to Mojo that often. I talk to him once a month.
Yeah. It's just mental link at this point, isn't it?
It must be. It's all the. Yeah, it's just that the
hive
link
mind with SBI.
Well, have you ever seen the Human Centipede?
Yes.
All right, so it goes SBI, me, Mojo, and that and the shit just flows downhill.
So you're the one connected to both.
Yeah, I'm in between.
And mouth.
Pretty much. I guess that's the way it is. Chosen doesn't get the ability to delete Reddit posts. I was making a shit talk joke here, Panda.
No,
but you can see who the Reddit mods are on Reddit.
The Reddit mods. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That I've seen some stuff with the Reddit mods, but this specifically is kind of interesting. I think.
Honestly, as a former EVE player, I'm just always a fan from more the unofficial kind of Reddit subreddits, because they're just more fun usually. You generally want to like have a bit of shit talk, have a bit of drama, because it adds to the game. I think
Well, you
as long as it
gotta have
doesn't go over in
propaganda.
real life, as always. But
Oh, we used to have an
But I
official
think-
forum for shit talk, but it got so bad that we had to end it.
yeah, you can't make it officially for shit talk. You just have to have like trustable people in the community manage the community. I always think that if the Eve mods were running the Eve subreddit, it would have not been as fun as it was during wartime, etc., etc. Just like there's a difference if like your parents take care of you or your bigger brother. See, like
That's kind of
if
creepy,
you,
bro. That's kind of creepy.
it's not like if your parents are out the house and the big and your bigger sibling is in command, like the whole deal is different. Like you can do stuff you're not allowed to while your parents are around, and it's the same. And it's the same thing with subreddits.
Yeah, I mean most developers that run a subreddit usually it blows up in their face. To be honest, I mean that's what happened with the CCP one. That's what happened with one of Blizzard's subreddits. It yeah. most game developers just hand it off to community folks, and then just enforce the basic Reddit terms of service, like no doxing, that kind of stuff.
All right, yo, I gotta go kill June Alliance and E-War Cap. So
I don't know
Oh,
who
yeah.
June Alliance is.
Is that in
Daddy?
is that in 24 minutes?
yes, it is.
Oh shit! I should probably log in. I spent all those tomes. I should do something with them.
Yes, all those tones.
Join
They should
that
get more
join that
fame.
16,000 man Zerg, man.
I don't have time for fame. Are you kidding me? I'm too
I
busy
mean,
talking about how
oh.
TC sucks.
If only Death Fame
Oh.
added.
You know,
if
like
only
you
Death
have
Fame
to
added your total
look up,
fame.
dude.
So
I know.
what you're saying
Oh my
is,
God.
if TC was less sucky, you would have more fame. So isn't like TC's strategy succeeding at keeping you down?
I don't think I said that TC has anything to do with me having fame.
I mean, kill.
You
fame.
said like you
got
don't
the
have
most
time to
No,
fame because
because TC is so interesting to cover, and other guilds, much like TC, are so interesting to cover that I spend my time doing research on what's going on in the world rather than going and grinding. I do get to grind a little bit, but it's very rare, and it's more for research than any other.
So
purposes.
indirectly,
like I
it
do
actually
solo
is.
dungeons or random dungeons to get research, but it's definitely TC's fault.
So it
that I
is
don't
TC's
have enough
fault.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's specifically
Indirectly.
Durateen.
Indirectly.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame specifically Durateen. Fuck
Blame
Durateen
Fred.
for being.
Blame Fred. Blame
So
Fred
this
for
is
it.
why you
So-
always start on time and have
But
8 mil fame, and we are always late and have like
Influence is
20,
so-
30 mil fame.
That might
influence
be.
is so
I
big.
do start on time every day. That is true, and that might be part of the reason why I don't have fame.
My reach is so
consistency.
great that every time that shows and walks into a dungeon, there's instantly 20 people there to camp him.
I would blame Fred, to be honest, for that. Not doing Durateen. I'm like Fred.
True.
If-
That's called
think-
the Fred revenge.
The revenge, like, okay, if I had gotten Fred banned, like, I could understand how there could be some animosity
No,
to me.
no, King Mojo confirmed.
like
he
I've
got,
done.
Hold on, King Mojo confirmed on the show last week. He's the one that got Fred banned. Like, let's just leave that.
Well, what
out.
does that have to do with
It
me?
wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was different name, and it wasn't King Mojo. Mojo maybe made a. I don't even know if they made CDA. I don't remember. But even if he did, it wasn't him initially reporting him and taking the screenshot. It was somebody else.
Oh,
selective
hold on,
selective
hold on.
amnesia from
No,
the
no,
Blue
no,
Army
no, no,
member.
no,
Who
no,
would have
no.
guessed?
No. What he's saying is that actually Shozen is King Mojo, right?
Hmm.
That's a very respectable beard, Bashar.
Amazing.
Okay. Amazing.
Holy shit! Voice modulator. Has
Very
anybody
respectable
actually seen King Mojo and Shozen in the same room?
Sometimes, but it's not that often. It doesn't happen very often. It's actually very rare. I'm not gonna lie. It just you get it from person that like is on every day. It's very rare.
It is weird
Anyway.
that there are two people who are on for hours at a time and yet never appear together.
All right, I'm gonna go kill people. I wish you all the best. Much love. None of you actually play the game anyway, so XP.
Good
Yeah,
shit.
you
Good shit.
You do, except for Tazik. Tazik does.
I'm logged in right now. I'm going into the CTA right now.
What a
Getting my
champion!
shit-
Fuck.
Well, just
I know,
stay
dude. Are you
stay
fucking
on
kidding me?
stay on Real Talk and do your CTA.
You
Come
should.
I'm
When he
trying.
has to go lead the
Shot
boys.
call
Oh,
for-
and he
shot
showed
call
Oh
up.
no,
on Real
fuck!
Talk,
They're
both
leaving.
of
Like
you.
Arch is
Oh.
out. Arch is leaving. I'm gonna be late to this shit.
Yeah, but
Wait.
you also just like got caught. By the way, kind of.
For what?
Well, you said that Oops is only fighting June, not Arch.
No, I have been saying all week that they're fighting both. I mean, they're fighting Daddy and Arch, but that's what happens when you take over the world. People are acting like this is the first time this has happened, or this is
Oh,
something
yeah.
new, or this is
Look-
some big deal. Guys,
Every single
this
time.
is
it
what
happens, same
fucking
thing.
happens, and people are just gonna choose sides. It's not like I don't care which side of it I'm on. I've been on both sides of it. It's just I'm looking forward to having some kind of events happen instead of the stagnant bullshit that we've had.
Yeah, I'm honestly
when
glad
Squad
there's
took a
war,
vacation,
but on
it
the other
sucked.
hand, I think June has nearly the same or more territory. I'm not sure. Like it's
Yeah, June
like it's
has
all getting
a lot
more
of
it has
fucking
more
territory,
but it has
too.
nothing to do with the amount of territories. It has to do with the fact that Money Guild controls Mercia, and it's
Do
like
they?
when you have an
Yeah,
uncontested invasion day, and you have
but
the
is that hold
situation
on?
where
Is
they
that
get so
is that
far
Money
ahead.
Guild's fault or is that fucking June's fault?
Oh, it's not June's fault. It's Blue Army's fault. And like if you want to say it's June's
Why
fault,
is
it's
it
just
Blue
as
Army's
much
fault?
June's fault as it is everybody else in the game. When Blue Army, and it's not even Blue Army's fault because that puts blame on them. I would say they're more the cause. When they said that they're not going to contest things, it's up to the rest of the world to do shit. We're like they're gonna take a fucking vacation, not grind 24/7 and be the impetus to cause some kind of action against the group that has been known to spend more time GVGing than anybody else. Derek is more dedicated to this game than anybody else. And to defeat him, you have to be just as dedicated. And it can't just be one person being dedicated like he is. You have to have 300 people being fucking dedicated to the cause. He's that
Or
good.
7,000. Or 7,000.
Well, no, I'm talking about 300 people just as dedicated as Derek is to being there every day.
Oh,
You
fair
can't be, you're not going to get 7,000 fuckers to put 18 hours a day into Albion. You're just not going to fucking do it. And it's just not going to happen. But you can get 7,000 people to go in for their 4 war camps a day, go out there, ZVZ, get some action, and maybe put some kind of like strain on the situation, because to make him, to get June to win at this point would be a Herculean task. Right
Wait,
now,
what?
it's not even about that.
Oh, take a step back. How is it a Herculean task? June's literally picking up 5 castles a day.
Yeah,
It's
but
happening. It's
Their
happening.
alliance is so big. Their alliance is so big that they can span through all the other continents.
yeah, but okay,
And they recruited
there's still
every single other
60.
person.
There's still what is it? 60 plus 63,000 away. They've made 7,000 points in a week.
No, they
Like,
haven't. No, it was at 95K. Now it's
It was
at
at
60.
95K. Okay.
A lot. Yeah, they get a lot of points down. Like it's every day. It's like
Cool.
around 3 to 5K. It's
Well,
a
I think it's still a Herculean task to make it happen. If they do it, that'd be amazing. Right now, Money Guild and Oops have all the advantage in the world as far as points. They have the territory as far as Mercia, and they have the best GVG team in the game. To defeat them would take the entire.
Hold on. Speaking
world
of
to
best
do
Speaking of best GVG team in the game, we saw the old crew get back together today, and June no showed for it. We had Sorab, Bodaville, Derek, fucking Lick
I wouldn't say
Tank,
that's
and
the old
fucking.
crew. They all
It's
hate
not. Yeah, they've played together just last week, like twice.
yes.
And this isn't new. I mean, this is like I expect June to no show that. I mean, I was watching and hoping they were all going to fight each other. I think it was on Wednesday. We had I think it was for fucking the center of the, I don't know, was it Hill of Hollow Earth, or was it
Of the world.
Hill of?
Yeah, it was
yeah.
definitely of the world.
Well, the world. Yeah, it was one of the big T8s, and they no showed it, and I'm not happy with that. People think that, oh, gee, I'm like, I'm going to be a full on June supporter. If anybody watched the match with like, I don't even remember who it was. I think it was
Be right back.
fucking Hammer and Sickle, or no, it was Say My Metatron versus some Daddy Guild. I was so excited, legit excited, that the Say My Metatron team was having a real chance at a comeback. It was fucking awesome. I don't care who wins, like the alliance thing. I just care that the fights between the two sides, if that's what we're gonna get right now, is two sides, are fucking fire. I want them to be great fights. That's it. And I don't care that, in order to have a chance at making this season a legit contest, required 7,000 people to band together to defeat Oops, because they were legit ahead. They were fucking running away with this with no contest. And you see, like, June lets their other alliance members were getting points in the season. What is it, like 4 different?
Not anymore.
Not if they're gonna try for first. But yeah, they were letting people get points. There were 4 of them in the top 10. That's pretty impressive. I mean, we've seen it in the past happen that way, but we've never seen really Money Guild share the wealth. And now they're finally getting this chance for them to take that 3rd gem, and they were going to get it without a contest. So it was going to be like the most, I don't know, pointless 3rd gem in the game. It was going to be like, well, finally, at least they got it. There you go. They were giving it. But this way, there's at least going to be a fucking contest for it. It'll have some kind of drama around it.
It would be that fun. Like the season, before, it was absolutely boring. Like there was nothing. The only thing that was happening was Taker brawling in its arch and losing into it every single day, or zone capping it. Nothing else would happen in a fight.
Oh, Taker kept losing every single day.
There is no way you can win against arch.
Watch your mouth.
No, you can't.
Watch
You
your
can't
mouth,
win against arch.
slave.
You
Watch your
cannot
mouth.
win.
Big words from
arch.
McGill was pulling 100, pulling 40 now, bro. Big words.
You cannot beat arch. Arch is unbeatable in turret.
Yes.
I'm really I've seen Oops beat Arch and Torrid, and it was pretty cool, and it happened 2 days in a row. I think TC is probably right now, pound for pound, the best ZVZ force we have in the game. Blue Army is out of practice, and they're not doing as well as they were. And
which is Blue Army's own fault, because Blue Army bitched about having no content, bitched about having no competition. The second that TC actually started fighting, we're going to take a break, boys.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to tell you that had nothing to do with TC. That had everything to do with burnout. Mojo was fucking burnt out. There were some other people who were burnt out doing what they do. And I'm sure you're going to find that out after you have to spend a few seasons, really competing at the highest level.
7 months leading PoE, bro. You don't know what mental fortitude is.
I don't know what mental fortitude
is. 7 months leading PoE, listen to Syndic.
Dude, I've been on time every day for 2 years. I've been on time to the live event every day for fucking 2 years. So
over half a year of Syndic, I gotta agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, 8 war camps a day, by the way, for the Switch.
Oof. No doubt. Rough.
All I'm gonna say is that if Oops wants NG to win season, they need to start splitting and not contesting with full force into one castle. That's no reason to. If it doesn't happen, Oops is gonna lose the season, and it's coming slowly.
I gotta ask you a question though, Durateen, because I've been watching some things happen behind the scenes. So you got Daddy going up against you guys, Arch, looks like throwing on the side of Daddy. But the interesting thing is, like, Winds lost all their territories pretty much, and they are going after Daddy mages fucking hard. Is that planned between you and Syndic, or is that just them?
No,
them butt fucking Daddy.
But I mean, it's just opportunism, right? It's people, like, they see that people are busy with other fights. They're obviously going to try to take shit away from you for free. That's just how the game works. That's how it's intended to work.
So it's not you and Syndic working together again?
I would rather drown myself in a bucket of sand than have to read anything Syndic types.
Oof.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
Yeah, like what got us to this point here, Durateen? Now I'm interested. I'm like, I don't see the point of beef with Blue Army. I think that it's just 2 people getting content. But you sound like you have actual anger towards this man, Syndic. You won't even read what he writes? Come on, what happened?
Syndic's... Listen, after 3 billion silver just magically disappears and goes to player auction, you tend to fucking look... I mean, the dude just like, we're going to re-gear for Zergs, boys. And, you have, like, thousands of people dedicating hours to you, to, like, your cause. You tend to be like, it's just not worth listening to this dude. Simple as. Syndic's bad for the game. He's very, very... I'm not going to say a bad person, but even though that is what he is, But yeah, there's a reason that his alliance is literally a shell of what it used to be. And the second that people were in PoE actually met Derek and actually saw someone that actually wanted to win, instantly fucking left PoE to join Oops.
Well, sounds like you guys have beef. Where's Syndic on the map right now? What's he doing?
He has no territories. Yes. I
What?
wonder how that happened. Ooh, wonder how that happened. Ooh.
Yeah. Where did his home plot go? Because he
mean-
had a home plot for a while, didn't he?
He did. He had multiple ones, and then his Cargera took him out of the backpack and left him on the side of the road.
I heard Cargera was going to go back and be with Syndic again. What do you think of that? You think that's true?
I think he's playing with Sorab and Derek now.
Why would you want to play with Sorab?
I don't know. Why do you want to play with King Mojo? I mean, the mysteries of life.
Why would you want to play with Syndic? Oh, I said it.
Why would you want to play with Shozen? He's bad at the game.
He has 8 mil.
Nah,
total
just
fame.
because he
can't
has
wear
no
T8.
fame.
He can't wear
Because he
T8.
needs to shitpost TC all day.
Dude, do you realize I had more fame in like beta 1 than I do in release?
Same. Dude, I grinded full max in betas. Release came out, I'm like,
Oh shit.
yeah. All right, anyway, I actually have to go kill people, so I wish you all the best. God
Yeah,
bless.
I think we're about done for the show.
Fuck you,
Anybody have any
fuck.
questions? Hold on, Durateen, before you go. Anybody have any questions for Durateen or anybody else?
Durateen.
Fuck
So
you, fuck you.
Or
Durateen,
Tazik?
come on, man. Like, if you're gonna take over, when's it gonna happen? When's the big takeover gonna happen? When are you gonna be?
I'm never gonna take over Oops. Derek is way too strong. The man literally plays 18 hours a day, bro.
I know, it's amazing.
You can't contest that.
Why would
You have
you
to
want
respect
that
it. You have to respect
responsibility and like that much work? Jesus Christ.
No. The worst part is, it doesn't even matter like the amount of people that join and leave Oops, the amount of like important people that leave. Derek literally will just pick up the slack. You can have like Hydraxia leave, boom. Like Sucks, steal all the money and leave, boom. Like, still just doesn't give a fuck.
Yo, I
Pick up the
figured it
slack.
out. Durateen, you ever seen that movie Multiplicity, where the guy makes clones and each clone is like dumber than the last one?
I have not, no, but
Oh,
I wouldn't
Michael
say that he has
Keaton-
become dumber. I
No,
wouldn't
it's
say
like
that he has
no.
become dumber.
I'm not saying he becomes dumber. He become less stable. Like, and there's some of them. Like, he's not there all the time because sometimes he's amazing, great leader, completely level-headed, composed, can deal with shit talk right to his face. Just incredible level-headedness. Other times, people forget to go southwest at the right time, and the next thing you know, he's taking people's gear off their back and kicking them from the guild for it.
That's the thing is,
I think that people need to watch Multiplicity, see
Doesn't
Michael
happen
Keaton in
anymore,
action
though.
here, and I think that explains what was going on with Derek.
listen,
And he
I think
killed those clothes.
You need to think. Okay, listen. The Erickson Alliance would take care, bro. The amount of verbal abuse that man takes from us every day has like thickened his skin tenfold. Derek doesn't rage like he used to anymore. He doesn't fucking snap at people. He doesn't go like. When was the last time you saw like a Derek rage comp? Been a while.
I don't know.
So-
I kind of missing them. I kind of enjoyed them, to be honest.
It was quite nice. I did enjoy the Scottish action. Telling Brazilians to kill themselves. It was very nice. But doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen. And instead of that, we have Brazilians literally, like AW, literally volunteer their lives. Yes, please, Mr. Mojo, sacrifice my life. It's strange. Stop.
All right. Like,
not-
I think
It's
I
all
think,
weird.
I think we're devolving into just complete like stupidity. So round it
The
up.
Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah.
AW, fucking frightens me. Someone needs to get marked like a mental institution.
So pretty much, King Mojo controls SBI. He's secretly chosen and Robin, I guess, and then
Probably, I guess, yeah, because clearly, people know how much incredible amounts of power that I have with SBI, and since I'm the one that Mojo talks to once a month, because I do go on to the occasional ZVZ with them, that must be how he's using me to control SBI, because
we've already established that you have a mental neural link with fucking King Mojo. So.
huge amounts of flex at SBI right now.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for coming. Yeah, it's been an interesting show. Have a good weekend, guys. Cheers.
God bless, boys. Eat breakfast.
Yes, Breakfast Club next week, same time.
Breakfast
same
is the
place.
most important meal of the day, right?